What's up, YouTube? This is Cookie Monster of ProForgeRacing bringing you my 16th ForgER review, Oh No, It's AIDS. But before I get started, I just want to tell you guys something. OhNOitsAIDS has decided to leave the channel because he doesn't make videos often, he just didn't have time for them, and he doesn't have time to make maps as frequently as he normally does. And when GodsRegret goes to the military, of course, he won't be able to be with us either, so it'll just be the four of us. But anyways, on to some more fun stuff. Here's my 16th ForgER review, Oh No, It's AIDS. He mostly makes racetracks, but one infection map. However, here's his very first racetrack, his very first map in Reach, Mellow Yellow, but for some reason Bungie had a problem with the name, so they called it Blam with an exclamation point. I don't know why. But naturally, since it's only his first map, it's not perfect, and it's not the best, but for a first map, it's actually really good. I think. It's got some, like the split right there, how the ground is kind of like, has like lines and stuff and holes in it. He's got some jumps and different types of turns, so he's pretty creative already, like from the get-go, from the start, he's got some ideas. I really like this part. It doesn't make sense because it's like a round part on like it's using round pieces and the rest of the track is like a square piece to track, so it doesn't really make sense. And right there is a little 180. Deux is 180, I guess. But I really like that round part. It's cool. And that 180 normally works. I just kind of landed on someone. But right here he's got a little glass part. It's kind of fun, but I messed up, silly me. But I really like it. And I've never seen a turn like this next one up here. He just kind of used a building, which ends up working out really well. He uses a building as like a bank turn. It just seems kind of lazy almost to use a building instead of using a bunch of pieces, but it works, and I like it. And right there, the elevation difference between the turns kind of crazy right there, but it works. So again, I think he was just getting used to a bunch of ideas. His teleporter right there didn't work too well. He has the teleporter in a few of his first couple of maps, but they didn't work that well, but hey, whatever. It's still a fun map. This is his second map, two ways race. As you may guess, there are two ways you can go on the map. It's got like a left route, and it's got like a right route from the beginning, and I am on the right route. And I took the left route, and I kind of like that turn right there, how it's bordered with the shield doors. It has one on the right side as well. So you'll see the teleporters on this map, kind of like the first one, are a bit askew or messed up. Right there, it threw me out completely over it, and I had to go back and get it. But teleporters, when you're first getting used to them, they're tricky to work with, and it's only his second map ever, so you can't blame him. I like this part. It sends you way up on the waterfall, and then you kind of coast inwards, and again, the teleporter isn't perfect, but my recommendation personally is to never ever use teleporters on maps, racetracks anyways. Slayer maps and other kinds, they're fine. But on racetracks, really try to avoid teleporters, because even if it works 100% of the time when you're forging it, it can still mess up with a lot of people, like with the connection in custom games. This time I'm going to the right. There's a little snowman there. This is a smooth sky track. I mean, it's smooth, like, you know, for his first couple maps, he does a good job. But he's just got to work. And this is his third map. It's an infection map. I mean, it's pretty basic. It's called The Stairs. It's just a big room with lots of stairs. No custom game type, just regular old infection. So I don't have a whole lot to say about this map. It's pretty fun and it works pretty well, but that's about it. This is his fourth map, his third racetrack, called Shark Bait. It's short, but it's a lot smoother, and you'll see some improvements in the quality of the racetrack itself. It's a lot smoother. It's got some cool scenery too. He's got a couple of these little sharkies on the map that he copied from GodsRegret's map Serpentine. And right there on the right you can see a sunken down ship, which is kind of cool. That's why it's called Shark Bait, because the ships are the shark bait and the sharks are the shark. And that's where the name of the map comes from. Again, it's a really short map, It's a smooth sky track. It's a lot of fun. It's got some cool scenery. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that it ends with a teleporter. Again, always try to avoid teleporters if possible. On racetracks, that is. But either way, with teleporter or no teleporter, it's still a fun map. And I still like it a lot. And here we go down the hill. This is his 5th map. This map is called Inversion. I don't know if you know who Chung-Wee is, but he has a map called Prodigy. It's a huge sky track like this in about the same place, so it reminds me a lot of it. But anyways, this map is by far out of all his... up to the point of this map, it's by far the best. It's really shows that he improved. If you look at his very first map to this, it's only 3 racetracks later, and there's a huge difference. This map's incredibly smooth. You know, parts of it are smoother than, you know, some of my maps. It's a lot of improvement. It's really smooth. It's long. It's a lot of fun. It's not that much fun because really big sky tracks like this aren't that much fun. And I just have a quick tip for upcoming forgers. If you know how to make a really smooth sky track like this, great, but try to do a little bit, something original with it. Either add some really cool scenery, like a really cool theme that no one's done, or add some terrain and stuff to it. But to make it original, because these sky tracks are just getting old. However, this is an older map, so that's okay. This is a map he actually made recently, fairly recently. He's made a few maps recently, actually. He makes maps quickly. It's got some really cool scenery. It's got a couple trucks, but best of all, it's got this huge rocket launcher thing. Well, actually, no, this isn't one he made recently. I take that back. I'm sorry. I was thinking this was a different map. This map is called Launch Site. This map he made a little while ago. It was mostly a scenery map. I was thinking this was one of his newer maps that you'll see later in the video. But this map is mainly for the scenery, and he was just building scenery. He was building trucks and a little gate out there, and he was building this rocket ship. And he decided to make it into a racetrack. So the track part itself, he admits, you know, isn't that great. You know, we're just going up in a circle around, you know, just going up and up and up that little tower. And again, he uses a teleporter, which you should try to avoid. So the racetrack part itself isn't that great, but the scenery is really cool. I really like the scenery a lot. It's, you know, he's really good at scenery. You'll see that in some of his newer maps, especially a little Duquesne Jr., I guess. But the map itself, I mean, it's still fun. The racetrack's not that great. You know, as you can tell, there's just like scattered circles. It's not terribly planned out. He just built some really cool scenery and decided to turn it into a race map, pretty much. On to his next map. This is called Skyway Motocross. Moto X is how it's actually spelled. It's kind of like a motocross map. He's never made an MX, SX, Supercross, Motocross. That's what MX and SX stand for. He never made one of those types of maps before, so he was just kind of getting a sense of bearings. It's kind of cool though. At the beginning there's a barrel roll part, and then there's a grinding part right there, and a smooth bank turn. And here's a little rhythm section with a couple little jumps and stuff. Again, if you know me, you know that I kind of hate kill ball traps, and there's a couple kill ball traps on here, which can be annoying, but you know, that's okay. You don't have to get hit by the kill balls if you avoid them, but I always seem to get hit by them. And here's another smooth bank turn, kind of similar, almost identical to the other one. And here's a really big jump. I kind of mess it up. It works most of the time. I mess it up and then I get off it and mess up again. But the jump there normally works. I like this map as a whole. You know, it was his first attempt at a Supercross kind of map, and it turned out really well, I think. But the elevator at the end, it's kind of at an angle, so you turn in and kind of do what I do. You just kind of speed in and hit the wall. And so the elevator could use a little work, but the rest of the map is a lot of fun. This map's called Collision Course. As you may have guessed, it is a collision course kind of map. Again, I hate kill ball traps, so I'm not a huge fan of those on here. I think without the kill balls, this map would be a lot of fun. Or if they were fusion coils or something. I like fusion coil traps because you have a chance to live. They just they push you away, but kill balls just disintegrate you instantly. But right here, I got eaten alive twice by the kill ball, so I just kind of edited the video right there. But, and then right there, Nuked Ice Cream or whatever his name is, flip me. But this map is basically has 4 identical U-turns, and it's symmetrical. And we had a small amount of people, and there were still some crashes. We only had 4 people. So you can only imagine if there's like 16 on that. It's a pretty fun map. I would definitely give it a try if you're a fan of the collision course crashing kind of maps. This is the map I was thinking the other one was earlier, just because it's located in the canyon. I was confused. But this map, he initially named it wrong side of the tracks, but me and his cousin both gave him the idea to call it Choo Choo. And I guess he liked that, so he's going to go with the name Choo Choo for this map. His cousin's gamer tag is Freak Show, and he doesn't actually have his own file share, so all his maps will be in Freak Show's file share. Once Freak Show puts them in his file share, I'll have a link to it, and you can download all these maps there. I'd recommend downloading all of them. They're really great. Especially this one. This is one of his newest maps, Choo Choo. It's a really smooth hybrid track. It's got some terrain, and it's got some really smooth banked waves and turns, a sky track, and it's got amazing scenery. He made it a train map, and there's at least 3 different trains all over the map. There's the little train signs. There's all sorts of stuff. Right there's a little like cannon type thing. It's a really fun map, and I don't know. I don't know what else to say, really. It's just so much fun. I really like this map, and as you know, I'm not a huge fan of sky tracks, but since he incorporated a themed scenery, so some really cool scenery that looks like something, and it all has a theme, and he incorporated some terrain, so I really like it. And this is his newest map as of when I made this video. He's actually currently working on another Supercross map, but this map is called Battleship. It is his newest completed map. It's got some really awesome scenery. It's got a waterfall. I think it has another shark. It has 3 working battleships, 2 of which at the beginning here shoot out cannons. They like shoot out at each other. It's really cool. Right there's a buried treasure chest with a skull and crossbones right after a barrel roll jump. And this jump's insane. It's a jump through a battleship, and I just think that's so cool. And over here you see another sunken ship, just like on his map Sharkbait, and this little jump. It's a simple map, you know, it's pretty low to the ground, it's pretty flat, there's not a whole lot to it, but it's a lot of fun, especially because there's a lot to look at scenery-wise. Here it kind of feels like you're on water because you're on a grid, and there's the God's Regret shark. But go download all these maps, they're awesome. His gamertag is OhNOitsAIDS. Thank you for watching. They're a lot of fun, and they actually don't really have any downloads because he doesn't even have a file share to put them in, so help him out and download these awesome racetracks, and he'll have a lot more to come, I'm sure. Thank you for watching.